One of the, okay. So the UiPath Maestro is one of the coolest addition it's to the UiPath ecosystem and one of the key component for the agentic automation vision. So many of us already familiar with the robots, orchestrator, AI agents, AI center, API workflows. But when a business process involve everything this together, so the question comes up in your mind that who's going to coordinate everything, right? So that's exactly where the Maestro comes into the picture. So by the end of this session, you'll understand what Maestro exactly is, why it exists, where it fits in the UiPath ecosystem, and some of the BPM concepts that help bring this process to the life. So before going into deep, let me introduce two speakers. We have Darshan Sable with us, who is a UiPath MVP 2026. And you have me. My name is Gagan Chaudhary. You can see my videos on the LinkedIn as well. So please reach out to us on the LinkedIn if you have any questions, any doubts, any ideas. Feel free to connect with us and share with us. Okay, let's get started. So why do we need Maestro exactly? So if you have seen my LinkedIn videos that I was well known for using the real life example to understand the basic technical concept using some of the AI images or the real life examples. So today only I will follow the same protocol to make you understand that what exactly UiPath Maestro is using the real life examples. Okay, so let's imagine that you are attending an Indian wedding, Rashi, right? But consider that we have a caterer who is preparing the food, but he's running behind the schedule. We have the decorator who is setting up everything, but at the last moment, he's changing some of the things. We have photographer taking different shots, but there's no coordination. We have DJ who's playing his own playlist. And obviously, we have seen this one. We have the family members who is just giving the direction and nothing else, right? So now imagine that all of them are working independently without any coordination. What will happen? That will lead to a chaos, right? So everything is doing their job perfectly fine, but nobody is, coordinating the overall event. Exactly, using the same concept used in our business processes. And we face the same challenge in this. So today we have robots who is, doing automations. We have AI agents which, making decisions. We also have human handling approvals, handling exceptions. But sometimes we need someone to, coordinate all of these things. So the where UiPath Maestro acts like the wedding planner for us. So just imagine that there's a coordinator who is managing each and everything. So that will lead to a successful event, right? So UiPath Maestro does the same thing. If we go technically, then we can see that UiPath Maestro is the next generation orchestrated platform that empower organization business model. What exactly business model will be, we are going to see that in the next couple of slides, which is allow us to implement the RPA agentic workflow end to end, which will operate the things where we can monitor the things, we can optimize the complex business processes and everything. Now, using this example, you can see that consider this young lady as a maestro, and she is handling everything. She's handling our RPA robots. She's handling the AI agent. She's also, we have humans in the line who is some of them are approving some of the pending tasks. This lady is, going through the exceptions. What kind of exceptions are there? Some of them are going to AI action centers and approving some of the pending requests, and also the best part of it, it's someone can actually review the process, how exactly it's running all, right? Next, let's jump to what exactly UiPath Maestro is. I hope the last example has give you some of the context that exactly how UiPath Maestro work and why the need of it. But let me take the another example in the for the UiPath Maestro. We have seen the orchestra, right? Orchestra as a music orchestra, where we have the violin players, we have drummers, pianists, singers. I'm giving this example, the real life example, so that that will made a concept and that will made that concrete idea in your mind for the UiPath Maestro. Same like the orchestra, if we take the concept from the orchestra, in our business processes, in our RPA world, we have robots, AI agents, and the humans. So we need a conductor, right? The conductor doesn't play any instruments in the orchestra. We have seen that. The conductor only ensures that everyone perform the right time and in the right sequence. That exactly Maestro does in the agentic automation. Consider this example, right? Same here. In the left-hand side, you can see the traditional orchestra where conductor is managing each and everyone. He's managing violin players, pianists, singers, and drummers. And in the right-hand side, you can see we have the exact business orchestration where this young man is maestro, right? He's managing robots, RPA workflows, AI agents, and human. We need someone to conduct each and everything. It's not any use that we have everything built in our plate, but no one is there to conduct, right? Okay, so next we'll see that how this all idea can be covered, right? So some of the core capabilities UiPath Maestro is gave us is visual BPMN concept, right? We are going to see what exactly BPMN in the next couple of slides, which is nothing but give you the visual representation, right? Then we have the unified orchestration. As we already discussed that the UiPath Maestro gave us the platform where each and everything which is entirely from the UiPath ecosystem can be built together using the robots, agents, IPA workflows, and everything, right? Then we have also, biggest leverage of UiPath ecosystem is it gave us each and everything right into the system, which is we have integration services, AI centers, where we can, manage the task, integrate different connectors, likewise. The best thing about the UiPath Maestro is we can monitor it real time. We have seen that we publish some of the RPA processes, and in the orchestrator, we monitor those from the logs as well. But here in the Maestro, you can see each and every step visually that how the workflow is, going into one by one block. We are going to see that in the next couple of minutes. Okay, let's get it straight that when AI agents comes in picture, when LLM is there, everyone is, worried about what is going to happen with their data. That's a major security concern that each and everyone have, and also our day-to-day clients is, gave us this question that, hey, I'm passing my data to the LLM, but does it, train their model with my data or not? We have very beautiful concept in the UiPath, which is UiPath Trust Layer that will protect each and everything which what we are passing to the LLM agent. And also we can set the different types of guardians, right? Next, while visualizing each and everything which is flowing into the Maestro, we can see that what kinds of bottlenecks are there. And in the future, we can definitely improvise our workflows. Okay. The main focus of this UiPath Maestro is, UiPath has come up with this idea that for the UiPath agentic automation, how this product could be very useful, right? So let's talk about the agentic automation. We have seen that in our traditional automation, generally a robot follows the instructions. If something unexpected happen, then it usually stops. Then AI agent comes into the picture that AI agent can, give us the reasons, decide and adopt to our whatever request we given to it. But when agents become the smarter, we need business process still needs some of the coordination, right? If I take the example, let's take an example of loan approval process. We have seen this example lot many times, even for our studies, for our learning. So I'm taking that example. In the loan process approval, what we do is generally a robot collects the data, then AI agent, analyze what exactly risks will be, going through the documentation, going through whatever, policies are there for particular bank. And then if any discrepancy happens, then it will, generate a task in the action center where a human can go through all the details and he can reject or approve the role, right? But uh, we have the RPA workflows, we have the AI agents, and we have the certain amounts of humans which are there to approve the loans. But who's going to manage everything? There should be a coordinator, right? As we discussed in our last couple of slides. So exactly, Mastro does this same thing. Uh, okay, let's talk about the Mastro right now and see what exactly behind the scene for the Maestro. So this is kind of BPMN, and let me go through it. If I talk about the BPMN, which is nothing but the business process model notation, think about the BPMN as a language which UiPath Maestro understand. For example, right now we are using English as our communication language. We fellow developers use the code. Then in the database we use the SQL. So that's kind of language we try to understand each and everything. So that's exactly BPMN you use to understand the business processes, and it provides us the standard way for both business user as well as for the technical team to understand what exactly the process is, instead of going through the long kind of documentation, long kind of PDDs. You can simply put a diagram, and immediately you understand what exactly happening. You can see in this picture that in the left hand side we have the traditional process documentation. We have multiple documentation. We sometimes get tired that going through each and every step. But if you have the visualization, and it's not just the draw.io diagram, it's a complete workflow where you can integrate your RPA workflow, integrate AI agents, and many more things, right? So that's a lots of theory right now. Let me just show you the exact one, that how Maestro looks like. Okay, perfect. So what you have to do is you just have to simply go to your cloud.uipath.com, then log in with your regular UiPath account. If you don't see Maestro here, just traditionally go to your hamburger, and from here you can find the Maestro. If not
Hi
here, you can.
Gagan, sorry to interrupt. We can't see
Mhm.
your screen.
Um, okay, thank you for that. Let me share my screen quickly.
Yes, now we can.
Thank you so much, Darshan, for that. Okay, let me just repeat that again. So yeah, you have to go to your cloud.uipath.com account. From here, you can see the master here over here. If not, just simply our traditional flow that go to this hamburger, then you can find the maestro here. If not, just click on the more, you will find out here. Okay. There's another method that if you're still struggle to see this one, just go to your admin, and here, by the way, I'm still using the community license, so there's no restriction for you have to enterprise license or not. You can still use the UiPath Maestro. Then just go to your tenant, and from tenant, you can see the services, right? Just click on it, and you can see the Maestro over here. It might happen that Maestro could be in the gray shade format for you. Just click on three dots, and you can, enable and disable the Maestro from here. Perfect. Okay, let's go to Maestro from here. So this is how the instance of the Maestro look like. You can see the UiPath Maestro from here. And to start from the very basic, just click on this start modeling. It will, open a new tab where a new solution will be pop out. Okay, let's wait for it. Perfect. You might have seen this kind of grids in the draw.ai or some of the visual tools you sometimes build to, build the solution architecture diagram for your process. Okay, so let's take the overview from here. So consider this, for example, as of now, on very basic, consider this as a very starting node. What will it will do is, if you click on this node in the properties panel, you can see what kind of action it should be waiting for, right? So, for example, we have the different types of connector, which is nothing but the integration services we have. And if I click on this, wait for connector, then next we have to select the activity. You can see which could be the triggered point. For example, if I take the example of this Gmail, that hey Mastro, for example, in our Gmail inbox, if any mail come up with the task ID or some of the particular subject, you have to trigger this process. So that's how we have different kinds of selector, different types of connectors, and we can choose any of the activity from here, right? Then next, what we can do is we can just align it. For example, I have taken this task. What can I do for this task is from actions, we have multiple things. we have agents. We can set our agents, which are already built in. Then we have different types of connector, which we have just seen. Then we have human in the loop, which is human task, which will, direct to our, could be direct to our UiPath apps. Then we have different types of queues, tools, and the workflow. Workflow workflows could be our RPA workflow, API workflow, etc. Right? So this is how you can build different types of connections. We also have different types of, services, tasks, and gateways. For that, in the next couple of minutes, we are going to deep dive. Okay. I'm just trying to, give you the demo that how exactly UiPath Maestro looks like and you can utilize on the basic level. If we take this panel on the left side, we have this solution. You can just simply click on it and you can rename it from here. Okay. For example, solution demo. I can write it like this and I can click on OK. Likewise, we have this. You can add different types of apps, assets, connections, indexes, and processes. If I click on this right now, I just have this one, which is agentic process. That's why it's giving me this screen. Let me just quickly, if I have any, okay, I've clicked on here from the actions. I've chosen the RPA workflow. And here I'll select start and wait for RPA workflow. What it will do is it will ask me which kind of automation which is already published in the orchestrator you have to select. I'll just click on here and it will load each and every processes which is there. For example, I have these many processes for the demo purpose. If I select this one, which is a kind of testing process, now it will analyze if it has any arguments or not. For now, this is very simple, just a simple message box, so it doesn't have any argument, but you'll get a simple idea that after selecting this, how this looks like, right? And here, if you can see on the left-hand side, since we have added this blank process Gagan testing, you can see that process over here, right? Perfect. Now, in the bottom of the Explorer, we have the data manager. As we use generally in our studio desktop, we can create different types of variables, different types of arguments after clicking on this plus icon. How we can use this? For example, if from this process, I'm getting some of the arguments, some of the out arguments, and I have to pass those arguments as in data to the next process, then I can use those arguments and I can pass to the next workflow. That's how you can use the arguments and obviously the variables to store any kind of data we have. Then we have issue panels. From here, you can also check if they have any issue or not. And also in the bottom, you can just click on here. Since we don't have any developed here, so that's why we don't have any issue as of now. From here, we can see the version controls. So once you publish this one, it definitely will happen that you have some of these changes. Then it will, show you all the current and the, future history. From the here, you can see the deployment. Let it load. Okay, so from here, you can, configure each and everything which you are supposed to deploy in the future. And the beauty of this is, let me quickly this and let me just delete these one. Okay. The beauty of we everyone talks about is the autopilot. I do have one command ready with me is, let me just copy that one to show you how it look like. Let me paste that here. If you can closely observe this command is, I'm just instructing the autopilot is design a BPMN 2.0 diagram for the standard purchase to pay business process and include the key step from purchase requisition to the approval, creating sending purchase order and each and everything. So I have just instructed what kind of flow I want as of now, which is a very raw and basic workflow without any agents, without any automations, right? I'll just hit on, create the response. So it will analyze each and everything and in very short time, it will generate. For it. So we can also see the history, what exactly, and you can see how beautifully it is generating the kind of steps it might require for our future automations. Agentic process. Don't worry about these steps. It will, after some time, It will align each and everything. So that's the beauty of the autopilot. Whatever you want, you can just instruct it, and using this UiPath skills, it will give you everything. Perfect. So it has, gave me the whole process that how you can, build that purchase to pay order. And it has also give me this kind of steps that he has added. And one process was there, it has deleted that process. And it's on us that we have to accept it or not. Let's for the demo, accept. Perfect. It's still generating some of the things. And it will also, give us sometime the reference that for the particular block, what kind of automations or AI agents you can, use. Perfect. So that's how also it will give, can you add a three ways invoicing matching? So that's a future thing. I just wanted to give an overview and the brief that how beautifully it has created. Okay, let me just zoom this out. Perfect. So that's how it has created. And from here, I can design each and everything that, let's say, for example, for this task, I have to use an RPA workflow. After getting the data from the RPA workflow, I can pass that to agent. And from here, I can assign all those things. You have might wonder that what kind of things is this? It is nothing but the exclusive gateway. For the gateway, Darshan will talk about it more and give you the overall idea how we can utilize in this process. Okay, that's the overview from here. You can also download this as a screenshot. You can tidy up the notes and overall basic structure that how it generally flow, how it look likes, and in the future agentic automation, you can build such process. Okay. Let me share the PPT again. Okay. So that's kind of overall structure that I have shown you. Next, what we are going to show is Darshan will show you the types of gateways we are going to use, the types of tasks we are going to use in the live demo. So Darshan, if you are ready, let me just hand over the mic to you.
Yes, Gagan. Thank you. So hello everyone. So whatever Gagan has to like shown to us, it was the UiPath Maestro's basic things where we can, have the look on the UI of the Maestro. And now I will get deep dive into the BPMN where we can design the solutions using gateways and user tasks. So let me share my screen first. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible, Darshan.
Okay, let's jump into the yeah. So let's start with the, how we can build the processes in the UiPath Maestro. So we have multiple types of gateways which are used to as a if or else conditions like we do in the RPA workflows. So similarly, we have multiple gateways. There are four types of gateways basically. So the first gateway is exclusive gateway. So where we will be having only one path which is chosen on the basis of the condition. So here we have the visual representation where we have the exclusive OR gateway. So we have both conditions like path is equal to A or path is equal to B. So whatever condition is first satisfied, it will be executed first. And with the name itself, it's a XOR, as most of the IT people will know this. So only one path at a time will be allowed. So here we have the here we have the option to make any of the field or any of this node to make as a default. If any of this condition is not satisfied, it can use a default node to be executed. So this is the exclusive gateway. Then we have inclusive gateway. So here is the visual presentation how inclusive gateway works. So inclusive gateway can do one or more paths can be taken in the conditions if they are met. For example, we have your condition A, condition B, and condition C. If all of the conditions are true, all of the nodes can be executed together. Then we have parallel gateway. It is somehow similar to inclusive gateway, but for inclusive gateway, we have some condition which needs to be satisfied, and then only we can have some parallel nodes to be executed. But what parallel gateway will do, whatever nodes attached to it, it will just parallelly execute them, and at the end, it will wait for all of them to complete, and then it will go further. And then the last is the event-based gateway, which will exactly wait for the event to occur and then go for the next row. So here in the visual representation, you can see that message received is the one node and second node is time expired, which is waiting for 24 hours. So in that case, what this event-based gateway will do, it will wait for either a message on Gmail or Outlook, whatever the connector we have configured. So if a message has been received, then this gateway will get to process the payment. If the email is not received within 24 hours, then this timer event will be executed and it will send a reminder. So these are the four types of the um, gateways. Now let's go into Maestro to look then how we can use them. So before that, I will just quickly create a new Maestro process, agentic process. Now here I will be going something UiPath demo. So just addition to the Gagan's thing, here you can click on the plus icon and here you have the multiple types of, modules present, which we can add into the agentic processes. We have flow, which is in currently in preview, which we can talk about later. We have agentic process, which uses BPMN to design the process and that we can execute. Then we have agents. If you click on agent, we have the right away here. I will show you. If you click on agent right away, you can create a new agent for you here and that can be directly utilized into your BPMN process. So as of now, I will just delete it. Then we have RPA workflows. You can directly create RPA workflows, which can be used in your BPMN right here in this studio itself. Then we have API workflows. Then we have UiPath app. Then we have functions, which is in preview. Then we have case management as well, and then escalation app. So we can also import existing things, whatever projects we have in our tenant on share folder, we can, select them and just add them to our specific solution. So let's get started with the gateways. So what I will do, I will create some small, use case here with the numbers. We will compare the numbers and we will see how UiPath Maestro, performs the gateways. So first I will take, let's talk about parallel gateway first. So I have drag and drop this parallel gateway and the start event, I will just connect it with the parallel gateway and I will choose the end event to end those. So this is a parallel gateway and whenever we are debugging any of the process, these white lines get into the green highlight. So it will show us that the specific node or the specific flow has been executed. So what I will do, I will just simply debug this process to show you how it starts and it will go through all nodes and go to the end directly. So now execution has been started. So as of now, I have not passed any of the variables and arguments to this event. So it's a simple, just it will go into start event. It saw that we have a parallel gateway. It will try to go parallelly and it will go into the end event. So this is the symbol for the end event. So now here you can see it is loading. So it at the start event point, it is executing it. Yeah. So now you can see all those green parts indicates that UiPath Maestro has executed those lines or those flows or those nodes. So here you can see it goes into the parallel gateway and parallelly it has executed both of those nodes. So now let's make it more. I will show more of the example here with the another gateway. Let's add a exclusive gateway. So for now, I will just delete this end nodes. I will connect this parallel node to one of my exclusive gateway. So earlier what I have explained that exclusive gateway is meant to be followed only one path at a time. It can't, follow the multiple paths at the same time. It just follows one path. So what I will do, I will create an end event here. I will, for example, I will provide two conditions. Okay. These are the two conditions for the XOR. Okay. So right now you can see these nodes are highlighted into the red. That's the reason because they are asking for some condition which we can edit. So you have to click on this properties panel and then here you can see the conditions. So I will just create some arguments which we can use to debug this process. I will take number A, which will be a start event, and I will take it as string. And then we have argument number 2, which will be number B. That also be a string, sorry, integer. Yeah. So what I will do, I will create a comparison conditions here. So here we can use C# expressions to do the comparison. So I will directly go here and I can see whatever variables are present here, which I can, use for the conditions or comparisons. Or here we have autopilot as well, where you can ask him to create a comparison code for you. So right now I will just click on this and I will see if both of the numbers which I am passing are equal to or not. We can right away test our condition here. I have passed the 1 and 1, and if you click on test, it will pass the true. If you remove this and add 2, it will show as false. So likewise, I have provided a condition for the first one. Similarly, I will provide a condition here. Now let's take number A is equal to 3. So here, sorry, we need to pass double equal to. So here, if I pass equal to 3 and if I click on test, it will show it as true. But other than 3, if I pass it, it will show it as false. So let's click on save. Now here, everything is grayed out. It means we don't have any errors. Here also in issues panel, you can find if there are any errors. So as of now, I don't see any errors. So what two conditions we have? First condition is we are checking if both numbers are equal. And the second condition, we are checking if first number is equal to 3. So let's execute this case. I will click on debug. First, I will pass as 1 and 1. So it should satisfy the first condition. I will click on save and debug. See, so just like I said, it will wait for both of them. When we are using with the parallel activity, it will wait for both the nodes to be completed and go to the end. So this end event was waiting for this exclusive event to be completed and then it got ended. So here the first condition was satisfied that both of the numbers were equal, like were same. That's why this condition were satisfied. Now let's go to the design mode and I will start debugging again. For now, I will add as 3. So these numbers are not correct. And also my first number is equal to 3, which satisfied the second condition. Now I will run it. So previously we saw this first line was execution. We can see the second line will be highlighted with the green. Perfect. So it has highlighted the second line, which satisfied the second condition that number is equal to 3. So now what will happen if both of the conditions are not satisfied? So what I will do, I will just go to the settings and I will write some another expression here. For example, I will select it as 5 and the second will be as 3. Okay, that's fine. And in that case, if I debug this process and if I try to, provide the wrong numbers here, it will fail. It will fail at this exclusive get that both of the conditions are not satisfied. So that will be a trouble, right, in the production that your process is failing. So here you can see we got the process failure here. So to avoid this situation, what we can do is let's get back to the design mode again. So you can decide what will be the default path when there is like there none of the conditions are met. For example, for this condition, I want this to be a default path if any of the conditions are not met. So we can go to the setting icon and here we have the option to make it as default path. Default path. So the condition is equal to 5, right? Let's try debug it. But I will not pass it as 5. I will make that condition fail. I make both conditions as failed. So let's see how Maestro behaves now. So default path will be showed like this. There will be a slash on that node. Perfect. So as I said, both of the conditions were not met. It was false. But because of this default path, it executed this default path directly. It did not follow the conditions. So now we have covered exclusive gateway. Now it's time for inclusive gateway. So we have inclusive gateway here, and we will connect this.
Darshan, I have one question. Hello.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so for exclusive gateway, you have explained, right? If both the conditions are met, means how it could behave if you disable the default. Uh,
Okay. So whenever we both of the conditions are met, the first, if you click on this exclusive gateway and go to the settings, here we have the execution, whatever the first created, it will be executed first if we do not make it default. So whatever the first, okay, sorry, you are asking about exclusive, right? So for
yeah.
exclusive, if both of them are not satisfying, so it will fail. And if
No,
both
no.
of them are satisfied, yeah, I got your question. If both of them are satisfied, then the first which is created from the exclusive gateway setting, you can see the first one. It will be executed first.
Okay, okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope I have answered your question. So let's go with the inclusive. So for inclusive gateway, we can have multiple conditions satisfied and multiple nodes can be executed. So for that also, we will give some example around the numbers only. So if we click on this, we have two edges, right? So we can create conditions here. So what I will do, I will create similar conditions, same conditions for both of them. That will be number A is equal to number B. I will copy this and I will allocate same condition to the another node as well. Okay, so with that said, both of the conditions it is taking some time. We need to be patient. Yeah, we got the screen. So here we have everyone can hear me, right? Gagan, can you hear me? I saw the network connection earlier.
Yes, we lost you for a couple of seconds, but we have you back. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for the interruption. So yeah, so here I am again taking both of the numbers same, and here we have both of the conditions are same, which should satisfy. Oh, accidentally I delete one of them. Let me recreate it.
I guess we are facing some issue of production. Okay, we have him back.
Sorry for the interruptions. Currently facing some bad network issues. I will be resharing it again. I hope it's visible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I started the debugging this process. Okay, in the execution trail, I can see it is executing. Perfect. So as we discussed, both of the conditions were met for the inclusive gateway. So both of them are executed. So I will add another condition here, which will not get executed so that we can have a better clarity. I will get back into the design mode. I will create another end node. And for this condition, I will add a number is equal to 3. So for first number, what I will do, I will not provide it as 3 so that this will fail. So now we will debug this process again with the same numbers. Here you can see the execution trail where it is going. Yes, perfect. So it has executed first two condition which were satisfied, but it did not go into the third one because that condition was not satisfied. So it similarly work as parallel. It will go parallelly, but the only thing is condition should get satisfied. Whereas for parallel gateway, we don't need any conditions to be satisfied. It just, whatever nodes connected to it, it will just go parallelly. So now the fourth and the last one, I will just delete all of them to showcase a demo for this. The fourth one is event-based gateway. So what does event-based gateway do? So this event-based gateway will wait for a specific user task to complete. And on the basis of the event attached to it, currently we have multiple types of event. For example, we have intermediate message event, then we have timer immediate event, then we have conditional immediate event. So this event we can use to trigger a specific condition. So I can show you with one user task. I have one agent created, a dummy agent, which does not gives any output, and it is connected to our event-based gateway. So to go to the end state, so in the next session, we are covering the events. So for now, I will just go with the time-based event. So it will be easy to explain you. And the end will be end state. Similarly, I can add another time-based, which will go to end event. So basically, this event-based gateway will wait for this events to get executed or to get their conditions met. For now, we are dealing with this time trigger. So if you click on that time and if you go to the setting, here we get the type of the timer. So here I can select the duration. And if you click on it, it will provide you below fields to edit the time. So here I will take it as a 3 seconds. And the second event for duration, I will take it as 5 seconds. So whatever completes first, it will be executed first. So with that said, our first condition should be executed first as it's only 3 seconds of wait, whereas this timer has the 5 seconds of wait. So this type of example we have seen here with the event-based gateway that if message is received, then it will go to the process payment or else it is waiting for this 25 hours of expiry. If there is, it occurs to be like 24 hours are elapsed, then it will send a reminder to the user. So similarly, here we have created a 3 seconds and 5 seconds of timer here. So what I will do, I will just debug this process now. We have nothing to do with arguments for this one because everything is empty. So basically with Maestro, we have, independence to, design your process without having any inputs or outputs exactly. So here what I have done, whatever the things which I want to, develop, I want to design, I have created here. So similar to this condition here, which we have waiting for the message and then we are, having the timer expired event as well here. So I tried this designing here without any arguments or without any process. You can see here this task is empty, but it it has been as a placeholder for the task which in future I can add it. Okay, so here you can see the first timer event got condition got satisfied as 3 seconds was the lesser time and the 5 seconds was the higher time. So first it got triggered and it went to the end node. So these are the four types of gateways which we have. So when we talk about the gateways, we also want some user task or tasks that needs to be um, connected to them. So let me get back to the task. Yeah. So we have these many types of tasks available in UiPath Maestro. First one is the task, which is generic, which I dragged and dropped just moments before, where it can be empty or you can place it as a placeholder while designing your automation solution. Then we have a user task, which will wait for user to approve, something into the action center where we are waiting for the human in the loop activities. So this user task belongs to the performed by the human actor. So we have the third task, which is a service task. Basically, this service task will execute a UiPath RPA workflow externally or external systems as well. We need to show we need to indicate those specific workflows and then it can be executed. Then we have send task. So send task is used to send emails to specific external participants, and similarly we have receive task, which will wait for the email or specific email from the specific participant or from the specific subject line or specific conditions. So this task will be used for receiving those type of emails. Then we have manual task. So this can be hold as a placeholder in your BPMN where that specific task needs manual intervention where human needs to perform those tasks. So where there we can use this type of task. Then we have business rule task. So this business rule task is used to handle the business rule task created in the orchestrator. So this is a different part which is already in preview, which we can explore later. And then we have script based task. So for script based tasks, we can write a specific script and that script gets executed in that task. So that from that, we can specify the language and then engine can interpret it. And then we have call activity. So this call activity task will call another agentic process. So in case if you have the dependency on another agentic process that it should be triggered, then we can use this call activity. And then we have this sub process collapse, sub process expanded. So sub process collapsed will have, you can design another process, another agentic process inside that sub process so that you can design them internally. Similarly, we have expanded version. So here we have to double click and see inside what, just like we, get the RPA workflows invoked in our normal RPA studio, the UiPath Studio. Similar to that, in UiPath Web Studio, we have this sub-process collapse and expanded where we can design another solutions inside the similar solution. Then we have event sub process. This is also based out of event. So whenever a specific event occurs, this sub process gets executed. And then we have a transaction task. So this task is also used as a design. It does not have any implementation yet. It used to be design mode. And inside that transaction task, you can add a specific sequence which will be treated as a simple transaction, whole transaction. So now let's get into UiPath Maestro to see all of those tasks. I will delete them. So whenever you click on these three dots, and here you can see the list of available tasks. Here we have tasks. This is a generic task. We have user task, service task, send, receive, manual, business rule, script, call, and another sub processes collapse and expanded, event sub process, and transactions. So this generic one has ability to change their self, change himself as user task or service task or send, receive based on the action we are providing. If you select here, here you can see the action, implementation action. If you click here, we have the multiple actions available here. So for example, I want this specific task to execute an agent, then I will click on start and wait for agent. I can provide the agent available. So I have these two agents. I can select any one of them. So whatever inputs or outputs we have, it can be visible here and we can pass it. So now you can see it automatically detected that I am using an agent and it has changed its symbol. So this symbol is similar to so this symbol is related to the agent, that it's an agent. And what agent is, it's another workflow which we are calling. So it is known as service task. Similarly, if we click on this and then we go to workflows, start workflow. Yeah, I want to change for example, I will select any one of the process. For example, this one, blank process. C. Similarly, we have the survey task itself, but it's not a agentic task. It's a normal RPA task. With that, so dynamically, this user task change his name as well as the logo based on the action which you are performing. So it's not necessary to go and check for the send task or receive task or script task. You just need to change the actions. For example, if I want to change the action as send task, what I will do, I will change the action here. I will go through the connector. I will execute connector. I will change the action. What my syntax should do, send email or send mail. I will look for Gmail as I have Gmail connector connected. So you can see here send email and automatically this task has been converted to send task. You can see. So this task analyzes its action and based on the action, it renames itself. It also changes its logo. So it will be easy for us to understand that what this specific block is doing without even going into this setting and checking what exactly it is, connected to. So from here itself, I can see it's an Gmail connector and it's a send task, which is sending the email. So here we have the options to send an email. So now what I will do, I will show you how we use all of them one by one. So first let's go with the user task. So for the user task, you can see this icon and user tasks are being used to, get into the human task. And then you can create an action task for it. So as of now, I don't have any action task created. So if you have any action task created, you can assign that action task. You will get the inputs and outputs of this action task. And this will be treated as a user task. So similarly, then we have a second type of task, which is a service task, which we already discussed that it will be workflows which we can execute, RPA workflows. So it will act as a service task. Then another type of task is send task and receive task. So send task, we already have covered that we have to provide an action from the connector and we have to click on execute connector activity. That can be send email or delete email or move email, reply to the email. Any of the activities related to our Gmail connector can be executed here. Whereas this receive task, if you click on connector, here we have the option wait for connector. So whatever wait for connector activity we have, we can wait here. For example, I will check for Gmail, email received. So whenever I received any email, so this task can be executed. Similarly, we have now manual tasks, which I told you that it will be used as a placeholder into your UiPath BPMN, Maestro BPMN, where you can, provide a message here that this specific activity will be done by human and robot, or this agentic process will go further. Then we have business rule tasks. So I told you, right, that we need to have some business rule, DMN rules, which needs to be there. So for that, we need to go to the orchestrator. So inside orchestrator, if you go to any of the folders, here you can see the business rules. So here we can create our own business rules. And to create those business rules, we have to upload this DMN file. This is what we call decision files, which we can add. And this, after adding those decision file, those can be seen here. In the business rule task, I have to click on action. Then you have to click on tool, and here you can see execute a business rule. So basically it will perform the business rule based on the inputs which you have. Currently, I don't have any business rule set, so I can't see them here. Then we have script task. So what script task basically will do, it will ask us to write a script inside the script section, and the output of that script will be provided as a variable here. So for example, what I will do, this is a script editor. I will ask it to do a perform addition. So our copilot will write a code for addition of the both of the numbers. So here I can see it has written a script where it has created a constant of sum. It will add both numbers and it will return the sum as a output. If we click on save, this is a script task. Then we have call activity. So call activity is used as a to invoke a next agentic automation, which will be if my current agentic automation requires a next solution agentic automation, then we can route it at the same. For example, I will click on this, and here you can see this call activity. It's calling a next agentic process. So we can select that agentic process from here. So now I have covered all the basic types of this task. Now it's time to run them and see in action. So I will quickly create a small thing. I will connect this here, and then we will wait for an email to be received. It will be connected to this one, and this task will be connected as an end. So for email received, we need to update the conditions first. Okay, so from here I can select the specific folder where I'm looking for a email, and we can create some filters. So I will create a filter that from should contain my name. So I will save it. And now let's try to debug this process. Let's keep the numbers, as the script task will do the addition of those numbers and it will provide us. So it has started the event. It has run the script as well. If you click on this script task, it will show you the variables. Here you can see the response of script task. It is 2. It has given the addition of those. So that is how that script task will work. And here we are waiting for email to be received from the name Darshan. So what I can do, I will quickly go to the Gmail. I will compose one email to myself. Let's add subject as test, body as test, and I have sent that email. Now we will monitor here and see how Maestro is behaving. So it will wait for that email to be in the inbox and then it will get executed. Yeah, here you can see email received and it has gone into the end event. We also, if we click on this node, we can see the input variables and output variables of that specific task. Here you can see importance of that email was high, subject was test, what was the to field, what was the from field, what was the body, everything we can find out in these variables. So this was it with today's sessions. We have covered multiple types of gateways and multiple tasks of user task or multiple types of tasks which we can use to design automation solutions for the agentic era. And in the second session, we will be more covering about the Maestro events and how we can create an event-driven automation solution. So the events which I was talking about, that time trigger and message events and intermediate catch events, those will be explained in the next session. So everyone can scan this about QR code to get the RVSP of this second session, and you can, register yourself. So everyone can give a heads up in the chat whenever you have completed this or taken the screenshot of this. I see lots of thumbs up are there. Let's go into the next slide. Or else Suwani has added the, one link at the start of the event. From there also you can find the next sessions links. And here is the UiPath Pune community WhatsApp group where you can ask questions in case if you are not able to ask some questions now because of some time constraint. We have already expanded our session to 11 minutes. But in case if you want something to be cleared, you can ask in that community group directly, or else you can always connect with me or Gagan on LinkedIn to get those things clarified. So take screenshot of this and join this group as well. Give a thumbs up to me once you have taken the screenshot.
Hey Darshan, myself Anup. I just want to check one thing with you. I'm working on one of the agent.
Mm-hmm.
So that agent will receive the document as an input from the
Mm-hmm.
shared drive. In the shared drive, I drop in a document. As soon as the event trigger, the file is created, that it should pick and work it. So from
Mm-hmm.
the start event, how I can make the document to read and pass it as an input for that agent one. Hope you got my question right.
Yes, I got your question.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you're saying that this start
Yeah.
event should understand that you have, added some file and it
File in
should
the
kick
shared
it up.
drive. Yeah.
So if you
The output
select
of that start event should be in the document format only file because that
Mhm.
agent I gave the prompt, it should accept the document as only the input. How can I make it?
Okay. So here you can see the connectors. I hope you have done this part, like connecting it with the SharePoint.
Yeah, everything integration I done because I'm not getting
Mhm.
a variable to create it as an output from the start event as a document type. There where I'm stuck in.
Okay, so currently I don't have any connection for SharePoint. So feel free to message me on LinkedIn or WhatsApp. We can connect and we can figure out how we can, solve
Sure.
your query.
Let's see.
Okay.
Darshan,
So,
this is Lakshay, I had the same question here. The connectors, same problem I had. The problem is, I cannot use storage bucket. I cannot use any Dropbox connector, anything else. So that the file client put it in their shared drive, and then shared drive connector also not available. Is there a way we can, collect the physical file and then pass it as an input argument for the agent?
Yes.
Yes, I had
Okay.
got a suggestion that I can use the unattended automations, but still I'm far from able to achieve the solution.
Okay, so for by now, what I understood, you want that file to be processed into agent directly, right?
Correct, from the local file basically.
Yeah. So I will show you in the agents. So let's start fresh.
I will pitch in here if don't have issue. Actually,
Yes, Nitesh, you can.
yes, we can pass the local file to the agent directly. We have the file type should be data type should be the file. In local, you can use path exist, and then you can pass that file data type or file URL to the agent directly. You have to create an input file in agent, the data type file. Then, if you pass that, it will work directly.
I tried that. But I couldn't able to achieve that. I hope I was missing the file resource kind of data type I was using.
Yeah, resource file you have to use. Let
Yeah, I
me.
use that. I resource file I
That
use,
works
but
for me actually. That work for me.
Okay, thank you for pitching in, Nilesh. That really will be helpful to everyone. Or the second type you can do is like go through this tool with the
mm,
analyze file, and you can pass your attachment of array, and this will work as a file which is attached to your agent, and an agent will analyze that. You can also add guardrails to
got it. And
what.
Excel is still not compatible to this, correct?
Sorry, Excel is not.
Excel is not compatible yet, right, on this? Or
So I have not used the Excel, to access this. Basically, what we do, we attach PDFs just as like for invoice extraction or
uh-huh.
some sort of Word files to extract the information. But I think Excel should work here.
It
So
works. It works. It
yeah,
It
works.
it
works
should work. Yeah.
Yeah, any file type it works actually.
under from the analyze files, correct?
Yeah, from the
Or
Excel file as well. And the what Nilesh has said, you
Nilesh tool,
can
okay.
just add a data type of iLocal resource.
Okay. Otherwise, I'll message one of you. That'll be really helpful, if
Yeah,
I can.
sure. We can always connect and
Yeah.
think of the solutions which we can do.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Guys,
And the
if you
next,
have any issues or if you need any support, you can anytime connect with us. If not able to answer in this session, but we are always available on the LinkedIn. So yeah, feel free to connect with us. I'm sharing our profiles as well, so you'll get the direct idea. Yeah, Darshan.
yes. And at the last, we have this some QR codes as well, which are for Pune community chapter. I hope everyone has joined. That's why everyone is here today. So we also have UiPath Academy and UiPath Forum. So you can join them as well to get sorted your doubts. You can use UiPath Forum. And in case if you want to learn something new, we are there to teach you. But in case if you want to learn something new functionalities there or something from the UiPath experts directly, so you can go to the UiPath Academy.
This is great initiative, Darshan, Gagan. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I have stopped the screen sharing, and I think it's time for us. If
Yeah.
anyone of you has any doubts, you can reach out to me and Gagan. I hope Gagan has shared the uh, LinkedIn profiles of me and him.
Yes. Yes.
So
Right.
apologies wherever we are not able to answer you, but definitely you can connect with us later and we will, help you to get into the solution.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining this late. Have a great evening, rest of the day, and see you soon around. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Thanks.
Bye bye.